100% sure that haul is an accurate description of this video, because the majority of these fabrics are deep stash fabrics, but there is one that's new this year, and I have some exciting plans that I am hoping to get done in the month of October. And you can probably see behind me here, I still have a giant pile of things that I had cut out in September and that I just didn't get around to sewing in September, so they're going to get finished as well, but you've already seen those. So let's move on to the deep stash fabrics, and I have made the conscious decision that I wanted to tick some more things off of my Make 18 list, because it's a Make 18, so I really need to get some of them done so that I can technically finish at least a Make 9 this year, even if it is not over one grid, if it's over the two. So the first fabric I have is this one, which is a cotton jersey that I got from Stitch Fabrics at one of the shows years ago. I think it's an ex Dolce & Gabbana print, and it's super stretchy, but it's also really nice and thick. I would like to make my Jackie dress out of this. I think that is gonna look absolutely gorgeous. I have bought myself a pair of ivory leather boots. I bought them last winter to wear with some of my lighter, brighter scuba dresses. I have since then given away all of my scuba dresses because I have just not been able to wear polyester or whatsoever since, you know, hitting a certain time of life. My niece is very happy, and so is my mum, because they have been given all of those dresses, and so they are not going to waste. They are being worn and loved, but they were just not right for me anymore. I've also found that the Jackie dresses that I've kept, of which there are 3, are in polyester Ponte mixes and a polyester velvet. I just don't feel great wearing them, so I'm really excited to have a cotton jersey version. It's going to be made up in this fabric, which, like I say, Stitch Fabrics. And then at the same time that I was buying that one, my mum also bought a cotton jersey from Stitch Fabrics, and she for some reason has decided that this print is not for her anymore. I think it's too vibrant. I think the pinks are too pink. They're great pinks for me, and again, it's that super kind of stretchy, heavy, thick cotton jersey. So I'm going to have 2 new Jackie dresses that are going to go really well with the ivory boots that I bought last year, and fingers crossed will actually be very pleasant for my current sensitive self to wear. I am very much looking forward to having more of those in my wardrobe, because I love throwing on a stretchy dress, pair of tights and some kind of cover up at this time of year, because it looks put together, but in my head it's secret pajamas because it is so comfy. The next fabric I have is one that you have seen before, and it is this goldfish viscose that I got from fabric.com. It's a Telio fabric. I have already made a shirt dress out of this, which I absolutely love. I had 6 yards of this fabric, and I have got a very decent chunk left here, and I have been hoarding this for the longest time because this is one of my favoritist fabrics ever. For the longest time I was thinking I was going to make some kind of a long sleeved shirt out of this one, and that's just not going to happen because I wear shirts so infrequently. What I am going to do is make the 5951, and I have made a lot of these, but it is my go-to pattern for short lengths of beautiful prints that I don't know what else to do with. I managed to get the short cap sleeve version out of 2.5 meters of the Rifle Paper Company lemon print, which is a very narrow rayon, so I have more than 2.5 meters of this one, so I'm hoping I will be able to get the longer sleeved dress. And I'm not ruling out, although the sleeves that I love are absolutely giant, but if I have enough left over, I'm not ruling out cutting out the giant sleeves that I love and actually patching those onto the shirt dress that I've made. I wear that sleeveless shirt dress a lot in the summer months, but I also think it would look so cool under my other pieces, like my denim skirt and some of the waistcoats that I want to make, and perhaps 1 or 2 of the pinafore dresses that I have. I just love the idea of this as a shirt under those. Like I say, I'm not making a shirt because I wear them so infrequently, but if I have enough left, I'm not opposed opposed to splicing on sleeves after the fact, because I think I would end up wearing this dress more with those sleeves added on. Not necessarily the absolutely giant sleeves, but some of my slightly poofier sleeves with a cuff and a continuous lap would be great. And I can roll those up if I want to wear that dress in the warmer months. And also this is a rayon, so it won't be like the heaviest, warmest dress even with long sleeves on it anyway. So it might be, depending on how much fabric I've got left after cutting out the 5951, it might also be an alteration that gets done on my existing dress, because I love it, but I think I would love it more with longer sleeves. Next up we have another fabric that you've seen and know I love, and also a pattern that you have seen many times before. It is the Cobra Corsage, but this time in the emerald background, which I think is absolutely great for my spring palette. This is the viscose chambray, so the Chloe chambray. So it's a viscose and linen mix. I'm going to be making the Vogue 9076 with this. It is going to be a slightly different take on the sew along that's already come out. That sew along is up here and it's a good 2 hours long, and that's just for the basic dress. So I've made a couple of these dresses with piping in them to bring out the details of the yoke and the bodice, and I absolutely love how that has turned out. So I have a meter of this super hot pink, again linen, that I got from the very lovely Suki, and I'm going to turn this into piping, and I'm going to pipe the collar, the cuffs, the yoke details, and then I'm also going to do a tiered and gathered skirt with piping in between each tier, because of the very lovely Lynn from Aussie Backbeard suggested that a tiered and gathered skirt on that bodice would look epic. And it would be a slightly different take on this dress, because I've made 4 of them so far, 2 of which I still have, 2 of which my mum has. I think will look amazing, although it's going to be a lot of work, and I'm going to need at least 30 meters of piping, which hopefully I can squeeze out of this 1 meter or 1.05, so 105 centimeter cut of fabric that the very lovely Suki sent me. I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to make piping, the different types of things that you can put in piping to make it work for you, and how to install piping, how to finish off piping when it needs to have like a clean join on the outside, how to finish piping off when it's going into a seam with an invisible zipper, all things that I can think of piping. So there is going to be a sew along, and this has been voted for by the Patreon peeps, this combination, so that is going to be coming probably at the end of October, if not the beginning of November, because I have a feeling that this is going to end up being a very long video as well, which is why I didn't include it in the other one, because that was already a 2 hour sew along. I can imagine with all these extra details in there it'd probably be another 1.5 hours for this tutorial, but hopefully it will be enough information that it won't necessarily just apply to this pattern. It will be tips and tricks on how to take piping and apply it to any pattern that you want. So yeah, piping masterclass, dare I say it, because one of you lovely lot keeps calling my sew alongs a masterclass, and I'm running with that because thank you. And yeah, so that is this month's tutorial. If that all wasn't enough, because 2 of those are knit dresses, so theoretically they can be done in a day if I can get my overlocker fixed. That's another issue, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. 2 dresses that are tried and trues, so there's no technically new patterns this month, but yeah, if I do manage to get those all done. I have also bought out these 2 pieces of silk that I got from the Silk Route at one of the shows. I think it was the Festival of Quilts, and it was quite a while ago, so it is absolutely beautiful, and I have 2 of these because I want to try and make a top from it. So I think what they are is the offcut of saris, because it does have these little gold details in them, and then this one also has a stripe running down one side. I kind of like the idea of maybe trying to do something like that, but the top that I want to make is the 9006 because it's one that I know and love and wear frequently. I think over these 2 pieces of fabric I have enough to make that top. This is just so beautiful. I was hoping to be able to squeeze a pair of sleeves out of this and make a long sleeved one of those tops with the zipper that's upside down trick in the back, centre back seam, because there is a centre back seam, to make that top put on and offable with long sleeves, because the cap sleeves or the sleeveless version, no problem for a pull on top, but with sleeves as well, I think once you've got yourself into that, if there wasn't a closure method, I don't think you'd be getting out of that without kind of being cut out or unpicked. I don't know that I'm going to have enough fabric to cut out the kind of sleeves that I like. I may be able to squeeze those out. That could be another thing that I could do, would be to have like, no, because that's right on the edge, because I was going to say you could have that down the middle. I don't want that right down the middle, and anyway I couldn't have that right down the middle. Kind of like the idea of it on the side, but I'm not sure that that's going to work placement wise. Maybe along the bottom, not sure. But yes, I've got two of these. Probably will be a sleeveless or short sleeve cap sleeve top out of those, but if I can make it work, I would love to get these sewn up because they are just so beautiful. And I have so many fabrics in the kind of like short top length pieces of fabrics that I have in my stash. It would be nice to get some of them made up, and if I don't start just adding them in randomly, then they're gonna end up being up there forever. So possible top with silk. Wish me luck that I can get what I want out of this. They are all my plans for October. What do you guys think? Am I biting off way more than I can chew as ever? Probably. Although, like I say, I think it's doable. It's going to be the editing side of things, especially with the tutorial videos. It's going to be the kicker, not the actual sewing of any of these pieces. They're fairly quick, but am I biting off way more than I can chew? Or do you think I will be able to get all of these projects complete to show you at the end of October? You may have noticed as well that there wasn't a September lookbook. That is because I am going to smoosh that together with October's makes and give you one big September-October lookbook at the end of this month. And that's purely and simply because I have made 3 things in September and you've seen one of them already. And the other 2 are border print pieces, which you will probably be seeing next week in next week's border print video. So yeah, that's why there's been no September lookbook, but I'm excited about these projects. It will also mean that I am ticking, if I get this dress done as well, it also mean that I am ticking 3 more things off of my Make 18, which means that I am heading in the direction of actually completing one of those grids this year, if not both of them. Wish me luck, fingers crossed. Anyway, enough waffle. Let me know what you think in the comments and which one you're looking forward to seeing most. I think the Cobra Corsage piped dress is going to be in your face, over the top, and totally epic. But I'm also looking forward to seeing all these other pieces made up because they're all beautiful as well. But I'd love to hear which one you're looking forward to seeing most. If you've enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one here.